Well, I kept thinking that's a white people activity. In general, going hiking on a date. That's just.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
When was the last time you were on a hike?
Hey, you was with me in Arkansas. Remember we went on a hike in Arkansas?
Did we?
Yeah, we went out to my father-in-law's spot. Remember we had to hike through the woods, go to that
That
crack
was
house?
that was not. A
Oh,
hike.
that's
Hey,
not a hike.
that's
You
a
can
hike.
do that
That
as
is
a hike.
not-
Hey, he brought out a machete, and I thought this is where it's over for him. He gonna bury me out here. Remember I looked at you?
Yeah.
Welcome to the Not Offended Podcast. It's your boy Anthony Chicano. I got the token of the bishop. Why are you guys doing that to me? It was an intro, and y'all just making me laugh.
I don't know.
You over here talking about Dick's Sporting Goods. We got enough America stuff.
It was ridiculous.
But I'm trying to do the opening. Y'all be killing me, man.
We're not
Come
in
on.
Mexico.
We're trying to fix America.
We're
Make
trying to
America
fix
great
America.
again,
Oh,
yep.
Here we go. Well, welcome to the podcast. We talk about everything, culture and its influence on the church, and we talk about everything else. Mike, baseball's back.
Let's go. Gosh,
Have you
can,
watched-
can you smell? The air just smells different.
No, it smells like pollen. Would you agree? It smells like sinus infections and
Yeah.
You just want to roll your windows
allergies. No, I don't
down
want to
and-
roll my windows down. That's the problem. I sounded
just go
all
play
horrible
some-
this weekend.
Just go play some catch.
No, I don't want to play no catch.
Smog and allergies.
Smog
Welcome to
and
California.
allergies. Welcome to California. Yeah, I agree.
The sun is shining though.
Yeah, we got blue skies somewhat. That's what I say. Hey,
Just makes my heart
how's
happy.
basketball?
I don't know.
Well, nobody's watching, huh?
Nah, nobody cares about the NBA.
Nobody cares. Are we gonna care in June when the finals round, or does it depend on who's in the finals?
Probably depends on the finals. I don't know. Well, March Madness. That's coming up.
All right, can we officially say we're gonna do a bracket? Let's do a bracket.
Oh, we'll do a bracket.
Let's do a bracket. You want to do a bracket?
Sure.
Okay. Are you gonna go by jersey colors, or what are you gonna do this year?
I don't know.
North
Okay.
Carolina all the way. He's going North Carolina all
He
the way.
always goes. You know what he
I'm gonna
does.
go Duke all the way, and then we'll see how.
Okay, we have a lot to talk about on this podcast today. And so, a lot of people ask me about Iran. It's the end of the world. We just bombing people. What's going on? But I thought we needed some laughter first. In all things, I try to laugh. We've already had this guy. I think he's hilarious. I don't know why I like him so much, but Derek Stroop is my guy.
He's
I just
funny.
think he's funny. So how about we start off with a good laugh, and then we'll just dive in. I've been waiting for the last 4 days to talk to you about something about Epstein. I feel like I've got a fresh new take, a new perspective, okay? But let's laugh first. Watch this.
I don't like it when people go on hikes as a first or second date. Not only is that the brokest person you've ever met, first of all. Second of all, that's not. You should be. Your first or second date should be at a restaurant where if it goes off the rails, you can pretend to answer the phone, go, hey, my uncle's head caught on fire, and I gotta go home. But now we're gonna walk 4 miles into the woods. You're gonna realize that Trevor is a weirdo, okay? And now we got 4 miles back, and if you take off running, that's his favorite, okay? Hiking is for people in a committed relationship that love each other. You don't learn about somebody as you head into the abyss and have to spend the day just sitting on a rock eating wasabi almonds. You're like, drown me, What is happening? We don't have a phone signal, and I'm pretty sure you live in a bunker.
What was your favorite part? Did you have a favorite part?
Well, I kept thinking that's a white people activity. In general, going hiking on a date. That's just.
Oh gosh, that's funny.
When was the last time you were on a hike?
Hey, you was with me in Arkansas. Remember we went on a hike in Arkansas?
Did we?
Yeah, we went out to my father-in-law's spot. Remember we had to hike through the woods, go to that
That
crack
was
house?
that was not. A
Oh,
hike.
that's
Hey,
not a hike.
that's
You
a
can
hike.
do that
That
as
is
a hike.
not-
Hey, he brought out a machete, and I thought this is where it's over for him. He gonna bury me out here. Remember I looked at you?
Yeah.
I said, we're in a scene from The Walking Dead right now. This is where I end my life.
That was survival walking. That's what we were doing.
We were in
Survival
the
walk.
cuts in Arkansas. I was scared. Were you scared? I was scared.
I was scared for you guys.
I was scared. I was scared.
But that's a hike.
That wasn't a hike. I've been on a hike before I got married a long time ago.
Oh, you went on a hike?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was white people things.
It wasn't. I went with. It was actually the people I went to with. Also, they're Mexican. They're Minnesota white Mexican, but they're Mexican.
Okay, hold on. So for the sake of the podcast, can you please explain what a white Mexican is?
Nah, I wasn't going. If you know, you know. You know.
I just want to go on the record that I officially got my Mexican card.
Okay.
Yeah, shout out. I got my.
What did you do to earn your Mexican card?
It's a true story. You want to know what I did? I'm gonna tell you what I did. So, I went to what is that place called? Like Boot Barn or whatever, Western Wear. I don't know what it's called, but I went to go get a shirt for my birthday, and my wife wanted a specific shirt for me, And so we couldn't find it. And so we asked one of the young gals there, hey, can you help us find this shirt? She goes, oh, it's over here. So we went over there. I walked off with my wife, and the young girl was getting the shirt, and she held it up, and my wife goes, yeah, that's the one. He wants that one. I go, yeah, I want that one, because it fit the picture. So when I walked over, she got real quiet. She goes, hey, I don't know. I don't know if you're okay with this, but on the back, there's a Mexican. No, she's like, on the back, there's a Hispanic symbol. Are you okay with that? And I said, oh, there's a Hispanic. What kind of a symbol? She goes, it's the Mexican flag. I said, I'm Mexican. Yes, I'm totally good. She goes, oh, okay. Oh, my gosh. And so I got my Mexican card. I got to wear the Mexican shirt.
I don't know if Brittany can give out Mexican cards.
I actually know her name. I'm gonna say her name, but yeah.
Okay.
So that's my story, man. So that's what it is.
Shout out to Bree at
Okay.
at the boot bar.
You're actually very close right now.
Okay, all right. Sorry.
But my favorite part was the wasabi almonds. What's wasabi almonds? Well, you're the only white guy here. So what's a wasabi almond?
I guess not white enough.
Just almonds with some wasabi on it. Just like the powder, the flavoring of it.
It's not white. What's more white? Like what is it? Whole almonds, non-salted, or what are we talking? Lightly roasted? What's more
what
white?
would be a good white almond?
Lightly salted.
What do we do?
Lightly salted.
What do we do? To all the white people who follow us on the podcast, please put in the comments what would be a white almond.
Funnier comments for all the people who are not white. What would be our almond?
What do you think is a white almond? So okay, it's not good.
No, I was gonna say something. Let's not be too racist right now. We're gonna start judging me. But I have 8 almonds straight off the tree. I'll say that. It's a lot of work.
Did you say let's not be too racist?
Yeah, I was gonna say something else, but
I'm glad we're holding our tongue.
Hold on, certain group of people, and we went, got some almonds straight off the tree and ate them.
Okay, just for the record, Pastor Jerry's looking at us right now. We better tone this down a notch. We gotta bring it down.
He's happy that we're cultured.
We are very cultured. That's his word, cultured. That's good. Okay, no, I like Derek. I think we're always in need of a good laugh. Go ahead and leave it in the comments if you like Derek's show. And you can follow him, by the way. He's pretty clean for the most part. Pretty clean. So I have this thought on, and we're diving right in. That was it. That's all the humor they get right here on Epstein. And somebody had messaged me, shout out JT, I believe it was JT who messaged me, they go, what's really going on with this Epstein thing? Why did Trump pull back when he was adamant about releasing the documents? He knew he wasn't in there, or anything that was going to, anything that was going to get him in trouble, insinuate that he did something nefarious. And plus, if he did do something nefarious, they'd have brought it out before the election. We all know this. And then I found something. I found something that me and another friend, we have been going back and forth on this. There's a group of us. I don't know if they want me to name them. I would name them, but just to keep their names out of it. We've been talking about stocks, so we've been talking about these things. And in this conversation, I told them, hey, I just have this theory. I have this thought. I'm just buying stocks of all the people that's in Trump's circle. That's it. I'm just buying stocks of all the things that either they're buying stocks in or that they own personally. Okay, that's Trump's circle. One of them was Ellis. I think his name is Robert Ellis. He owns Oracle. And the reason I bought that is I was like, well, Trump's not going to let his business fail. That's his homie. He helped him get the presidency. He's going to take care of him. He's going to do something, right? Well, he did. But then there was this little caveat. I thought to myself, you know what? Who's his kids? And what are his kids doing? Because a lot of people are making a big deal about Trump's kids, about the Bitcoin, all this stuff, or another type of coin, the cryptocurrency that they're doing. Well, his son is a movie mogul person, and he bought Paramount. And lo and behold, Paramount does a deal with the UFC. I said, oh, snaps. Okay, so Dana White's in that circle. Dana White's teaming up with the son of Robert Ellis, and so I think his name's David. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get that. Then I get late breaking news that Paramount is making a hard bid on Warner Brothers. It's a very big deal. They get the whole library, they get the whole studio. I think Warner Brothers owns CNN. You get all these news outlets, and I'm thinking, oh snap, this is a big stinking deal. Netflix comes in on that deal. And I pulled it up. A month ago, it was all but a done deal that Netflix was going to buy it. It says, what's to know about Netflix $83 billion deal for Warner Brothers. This was 12/6/2025. This was right before the new year. The Paramount stock tanks. And I'm like, oh, snap. This was a shoo-in. He had his dad's money backing him. Oracle was pulling out all the stops. Sweetheart deal. Netflix comes in and says, hey, not only are we going to give you a better deal, we're going to guarantee the money that we can pass all these antitrust violations. Because they had to go through Congress because it was going to be a monopoly. I thought for sure they own the White House. They're not going to get past Congress. This is not going to happen. I was telling my brother, like, this ain't going to happen. Trust me, buy Paramount stock. And then this thing came out, done deal. Nothing Paramount could do. There's not enough money to save it. Blah, 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 blah. Well, look what popped up 4 days ago. Paramount wins the deal for Warner Brothers. Netflix to bow out. And I thought, I'm just speculating. I don't know anything. I just thought to myself, why'd they bail out? You just pull up Yahoo Finance, type in Netflix and Warner Brothers, type in Netflix and Warner Brothers and Paramount. You get all the stories. So I'm just asking. I'm just presenting to you guys. Is it possible that the reason Trump ain't releasing names and stuff is because he's using this to get some of his things done that he wants to get done to get his agenda done in Congress? Is it possible, like this whole Iran thing, is he using some of this to say, hey, you better sign off on this? I'm just asking you guys your opinion. We don't know anything, but don't you think it's awfully suspicious right here? All of a sudden, Netflix just bows out? I think there's more to the story. I don't have any proof. I'm just guessing, speculating. But I just think that's awfully weird that all of a sudden now Paramount wins bid to acquire Warner Brothers Discovery after Netflix bows out. This is on the Hill. National News Review. United Press International. Netflix ends the bid for Warner Brothers and Paramount offered $111 billion. Netflix faces scrutiny over bowing out of the Warner Brothers deal. I'm just asking. I just want to get you guys. I just think, why not release it unless you're really trying to get your agenda done? Like this, the Voting Rights Act. He's trying to get that done. Well, is it possible he's got some names on that list and he's just telling people, hey, we might just drop the name unless you voted somewhere. I'm just asking, is that possible? Is that in the realm of speculation? Or are we speculating too much? I know it's all hypothesis. I know it's all, fake right now. But I'm just asking, is that in the realm of possibility? Just your opinion.
I think they're trying to preserve himself, and not necessarily himself, but his circle, his group, more than anyone else.
Okay, I would concede that all day, every day. Mm-hmm. There are some people in his circle. We already know that because a couple of them have already quit some chairs and some CEO boards. I agree with that. But do you think he's holding on to it too so he can have some leverage and some weight? That's politics. You have a little dirt on somebody, you hold it over him.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
What do you think about this deal, though? It was done.
I mean, they came in and offered, $30 billion more or $1 million more? They offered a lot more money.
They did, but Netflix was offering stocks. The package still isn't as good as the Netflix deal, and they just bowed out. No counter, no nothing.
Yeah. I don't know. I just heard other arguments why they might have bowed out. This Netflix, they were like, we build our company. So if it's that much, we'll just go build our own and still beat you. Because they started that from scratch. It was like, we don't acquire companies like that, but it's the first time we're going to do it to try to get this. And so their idea of thinking of how to build a company is different. They already have a huge library. They already have the people.
So you're saying, I don't know about your theory, but I do know he is trying to preserve his.
I think they're all trying to preserve it. I think that's why Biden didn't want to release it. I think that's why Trump doesn't want to release it, because Trump never said he's going to release it. They had talked about this. I heard on another podcast, and they were like, go find the video of Trump saying, I'm going to release this. He said all the people around him said it, but he never said it personally. And now all of them are looking bad, but it's like, well, were you saying that for yourself or were you saying that for Trump? That's what like Bondi was saying. Like we had all of these videos. Then she came back and came back and saying something different. Did Trump say, I never told you to say that? Yeah, I didn't lead you that way. I didn't say I was going to do all these things. And now she has to eat crow in front of everyone. Because Trump never said that.
Okay. Well, what about you? What do you think? You think he's just trying to preserve his circle, or do you think he has a little dirt on somebody and is going to get his way a little bit? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I think in politics, sometimes we vote people in and we're like, man, they said that they were going to do this and they never did that. I'm never going to vote for that person again. And I think getting things done is a lot harder than maybe just the average Joe realizes. And I definitely think that is a possibility that Trump wants to get things done. And he has now means in order to do some of those things. obviously I do believe as well that he's preserving his friends, but I think in politics you always want to have something. You need to have a carrot to dangle in order to get people to move sometimes, and this would be a great way to do it. Now, as far as the deal, I don't know anything about the deal. I don't know. It could just be a money thing.
You agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
All right. Man, I was all excited to share this with you guys. I thought it had me like a fresh take, and you guys just crashed my plane. Right? I feel like my plane didn't even take off. Actually, it can't crash if it didn't take off.
Well, I think there's a lot more mixing between the evil of what they do on left and right than I think anyone thinks. I think they're all just dirty. I think they go on when the cameras are off, when we're not seeing it. There's ways in some aspects they're working together.
So I sat on a jury one time, and you see the DA and the defense attorney that they fight each other like they hate each other. And then I remember being when the trial was over, the DA came into the elevator and she was talking to the jury, and we were all in the elevator. She said, "Hey, you guys can ask any questions you guys want." We were asking questions, and she goes, "Oh yeah, he's really mad at me right now." And she was talking about her counterpart, and she was like, "Yeah, because I just beat him last week too."
Oh my gosh.
She's like, "We're gonna go have drinks later." And so in the courtroom, if you don't know, you are watching these two people bicker. Looks like they hate each other. One's defending a person, one's trying to get that person to go to jail. But in reality, they're just part of the same system. And I think that's what we see in politics as well. Like, we see from the outside two groups that hate each other, but they're all golfing together.
Yeah, you think of someone like Bernie Sanders. How long has he been there in office?
50 years, 60 years.
You think about their kid. They live in the same areas. Their kids go to school together. They have games together. They're at restaurants together. They're spending life together, even though they be like on two different sides. And I think when that happens, you build relationship with one another. And you end up mixing more than people you like to believe.
No, and you guys, listen, you're both right. You're both right. And there is a lot of self-preservation going on because, like you said before, the first thing that you need to do is preserve your power.
Yeah.
You're not trying to give that power up. You're 100% right. Okay. Well, moving right along then. We made national news. Shout out Fresno.
I thought you meant us.
No. We didn't make, no.
But those days were over.
No, we do not want national news. But something's going on here. How about I show you the clip, then we'll talk about it a little bit. But this has been on a lot of news outlets, but I want to show you this clip right here.
I believe Fresno deserves leaders that are honest from the very beginning, not the end. So going into this, I am putting my life out there.
Up front about his status as a registered sex offender, Rene Campos is not running from his past as he runs for office.
I've been given the chance to rehabilitate through the courts and back into the system.
Charged with being in possession of child sex abuse material back in 2018, the Fresno native says he pled no contest to a misdemeanor charge. Now launching his campaign to represent District 7 on the Fresno City Council. He says his focus is on safety.
So I say, let's choose somebody outside the box, somebody who knows the system from inside out. Because I've experienced the laws that we are trying to reform right now.
Fresno County Clerk and Registrar of Voters James Coos says state law does not prevent a registered sex offender from running for office.
Once you leave prison, you're on probation, you actually are allowed in California to reapply and become a registered voter again, which would then make you eligible to be able to run as long as you are living in the proper jurisdiction.
Campos looks to enter a growing field of people vying for the seat. Another candidate says he shouldn't join the race.
I think it should be a disqualifier to serve in public office. If I'm the next council member in District 7 and I can't show up at a school site, how can I best represent the people in the neighborhoods I want to serve?
Each candidate brings a different background and focus to the race. AJ Rossomny says homelessness is his priority.
I never thought I'm going to be in politics. However, I'm a business owner, I'm a community advocate, and I'm a problem solver.
Nav Gurm, endorsed by Mayor Jerry Dyer and the Firefighters Union, says he represents the next generation of leadership.
There's a lot of basic amenities our neighborhoods deserve and quite frankly need, and that's why I'm running.
Ariana Martinez-Lott, a mother, is calling for more investment in neighborhoods.
I don't have political aspirations. I am running to continue the work that we have been doing here locally as residents in our city.
Campos has not yet filed for the office. He and the other candidates have until the 6th to submit their paperwork. The primary election is the first Tuesday in June. Brisa Colon, ABC 30, Action News.
Okay. Go ahead. What's your thoughts?
I don't know. Change the law.
Oh, you mean so he shouldn't be able to run?
No, it's crazy.
Yeah, what was he?
It's crazy.
What do you think?
He's shooting the video. It's not even in his district that he's running for.
Yeah, you know what?
Because
You're right.
he's like, hey, these people will support me.
Yeah, he's in District 2. That's isn't Tower District 2? Yeah, District 2. Well,
One,
it's half 1 and 2.
He's
Yeah,
sitting
but
on
it's,
2.
it's now nowhere near 7 for everybody who's wondering. What are we doing? Fresno, are we that? We got nobody else that.
Oh no, that's not a knock on us. I won't take that one because he's just wanting to run.
Okay.
That's California's the problem.
Yeah, he's like Newsom. He'd be down for this. I can do it.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, what did he say? We need somebody outside of the box. Nah, dog. That box is good enough. Let's stay inside.
No,
the
we
box.
don't, do we?
We need to stay inside.
What'd you think about that guy's comment? How are you going to show up to a school? And
he
represent?
nailed that.
But that was a one-liner, huh?
Yeah. That's it. You lost.
Yep.
Just go home.
So delivered. That's it. Mic drop. That's a walk-off.
I have seen. I don't know if it was that one, but I had seen something else. And if you go through the comments, it's like there's no back and forth. Everybody doesn't matter what political party you're in. Not for this dude.
Oh my gosh. This is not how we want to make headlines. Come on, man. All right. Well, I agree with you. It's not a knock on Fresno. It's just guys just got some political aspirations. That's all. All right. Let's talk about Iran. What do you guys know about Iran? All I know is we've been talking about this every administration. Iran can't get a nuke. Iran can't do this. Iran can't do that. I know that. They support major terrorist organizations. We know that. Why now, though? Why now? What's your thought? Why do you feel like we bombed it now? What's the thought?
I don't know. I think that's one of the bigger issues is it's not clear why now. And so I know there's a clip going out and people always saying they're 2 weeks away. They're 2 weeks away. 30 years ago, they said they're 2 weeks away.
You're 100%. I got that same clip.
Yeah. And what they said he said it when the last time we bombed them, they're 2 weeks away. Now they're 2 weeks away again. I mean, they rebuilt really quick. And so I don't understand. So it's not clear. The president's not doing a good job of really sharing why we're doing this. And now you have 4 Americans dead. And so the longer this goes on, and if we see more American blood spilled, people are going to start turning on them.
Okay.
Because, why are we doing this? We need a clear reason why we're doing this and harming, and we're losing our own people.
Right. Thoughts? Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, because it seems like it wouldn't be like a hard case to win if you could just clearly communicate why you're doing it, because I think a lot of people are against Iran, right? Mm-hmm. So it's not like you're having to change people's perceptions about who they are. I think the majority of people probably think that they're bad people. Not collectively, but the government.
I get what you're saying. I have a clip from Marco Rubio explaining this on, I think it was Fox Nation on Sunday. I feel like this is the best explanation I've gotten. So I'm going to show it to you. But I do want to say something. I've seen that same clip. Mm-hmm. They've been saying that for the last 30 years, 40 years, I think it was, in totality, because we're in 2026.
Yeah. But it was Netanyahu who's saying it, right?
It's been Netanyahu who's been saying it. Mm-hmm. So I do agree with you, and that's why I'm questioning now. But let's watch this clip, and let's see if we change our tune just a little bit. Okay, watch this.
But if what they want is a secret program buried in the mountain where no one can see it and inspectors can only come when they say they can come, if that's what they want, then they're going to have big problems, because this is a dangerous, violent, radical regime. Not the Iranian people. We have no problem. We didn't hit Iranian people last night. We hit nuclear facilities. And if what they want is some secret program that looks nothing like the civil nuclear programs around the world, it looks a lot like you're trying to build a bomb, they're going to continue to have problems, not just with us, but with many other countries in the world.
Problems like what? What do you mean?
Like the problems they're facing right now. Listen, why do we have bases in Saudi Arabia and Kuwait and Qatar and UAE? All of those bases are there to help protect those countries from Iran. Why did Hezbollah exist? Because of Iran. What does Hamas exist? Because of Iran. How do the Houthis exist? Because of Iran. Who built the IEDs that maimed and killed American soldiers in Iraq? Iran. They're behind every problem in this region. They are the sole source of instability in the entire Middle East, and the world's been paying a price for this for 40-something years. Imagine those people having a nuclear weapon, just one nuclear weapon, or even the capability to being on the threshold of having a nuclear weapon. That's what the world was facing. That is unacceptable. President Trump did the world a favor last night, and now Iran should sort of wake up, the Iranian regime should wake up and say, okay, if we really want nuclear energy in our country, there's a way to do it. That offer's still there. We're prepared to talk to them tomorrow and start working on that. Steve Witkoff has traveled extensively around the world trying to reach that deal with them, but they play too many games. They play way too many games, and now they found out.
Okay. What do you guys, did that help? Did that bring any clarification?
So they believe that they're a threat to us?
So what happened?
They're a threat to the Middle East?
No. So what happened is they want to have nuclear energy.
Yeah.
So they have different UN people who go in and take a look at their facilities to make sure that they're not only making nuclear energy, but also making nuclear bombs.
Because there's like a couple of different components that can't be in the same area,
Correct.
I believe.
Correct. I'm not smart enough to know, but yes,
Me
basically you
neither.
can't have X, Y, and Z in the same building. Long story short, they have these secret facilities that they don't let anybody in, and if they do let you in, it's on a scheduled visit. So what everybody's been crying foul on is like that's not in accordance to what we have in a world agreement. Everybody should be able to go in, random inspections, and be able to inspect what's actually being done. So they felt like they had intel, they had good source information that they were building something, and they were really, really close. And that's why it was time to bomb. He was not lying when he said they did not target any civilian places. That is true. It was only, it's true as we know because we don't live there. But I will say this. A good portion of Iranian people are very happy that the regime is gone. They've been under an oppressive regime for years. Now, oppressive to us because we're Westerners, but, to them as well, they felt it was a little extreme. So that's why they did it now, because there was a capability. And for the note, there were other nations who signed off. It wasn't just an American venture. It was other nations as well. So did that help at all?
But I know we talked about this before, just briefly, but the idea of changing the regimes and American doing it, how's that? I know it's a big thing that people, I don't know enough, but a big thing that people talk about is like, okay, when does that went well? I think you might have mentioned it before.
I would have to really think about that. But just in my lifetime, right? Just in my lifetime, it didn't go well in Iraq. Mm-hmm. It didn't go well in Afghanistan.
Yeah, I think they said that Iraq. I think they were attacking a consulate there, American consulate there. So
that's what I'm saying. Just in our lifetime, it has not gone well so far. So just in my lifetime.
Yeah, and I think that's the problem a lot of people have is a big thing that people voted for Trump for is to be America first. And again, we come again to policing the world. And come again to how long is this war going to actually last? Is it going to be quick, a week, or are we going to be here a year later, 2 years later, and eventually have actually people on the ground not just dropping bombs anymore? And I think people are afraid of that because, like Trump, you said you don't start wars,
right?
And now did you just start a war?
Yeah, and to be fair, because we have to, that's what we do. I don't think there's going to be a war. I really don't. I think that this sounds bad, but this is what I really did. I follow the stocks. The drone stock industry is flying off the handles right now because the rumors are, and what's going on is it's been all drones. I believe the 4 Americans that got killed were on a base that got bombed. So it wasn't Americans in action. You never saying it wasn't Americans, boots on the ground. So I truly believe that something is taking place. This is a drone war. And so they've got pinpoint targets. They got planes that fly themselves. I don't know how many, I don't know what we classify as a war then if boots aren't on the ground. Now, I'm not saying they're ruling out boots on the ground. They're ruling out that the boots will be on the ground. I'm saying as of right now, they're doing all that damage right there. These drones get in and get out. And they got kamikaze drones. They just go and blow up. So, I don't think it is. Mike, did you have a comment? If not, I wanted to say something, but go ahead.
Yeah, there's so much that goes on behind the scenes. Sometimes I feel like, depending on the president and his cabinet, they will maybe divulge more than other presidencies do. Okay. I think we oftentimes want more information than we get, and sometimes maybe we only get what they can give out essentially. And then there's other times where it's like, man, we feel like you could give out a lot more information and you just don't. But with Trump, it doesn't. It's hard to tell. With his administration, to me at least, it's hard to tell. Sometimes I feel like if he's just like, man, I got to give you guys nothing. I'm gonna do what I want to do when I want to do it, or if it's You know, I can only give out this so much. So, and I think that Deshaun's spot on. I think people are worried that we're going to end up having boots on the ground somewhere. You're like, man, hold on. Wait, we got people going to Mexico? Or do we have people going to the Middle East? Do we have people in Venezuela? Do we have people in Russia and Ukraine? Like, where else are we having people? And so I think it's just there's an uneasiness. And I think I keep going back to this, and maybe it's just a me thing, but I think that I can't even listen to his speeches anymore. Like
I didn't listen to it at all. Yeah.
I think his lack of communication and his ability to connect with people is really starting to irk people, meaning me. And I really would like somebody a little bit more polished who can communicate. Like, hey, what's happening? Well, we know because I know a handful of young kids who just enlisted.
Yeah, you're right. Right.
Hey man, are they going over? I got a friend whose son just finished boot camp for Marines, and like he's ready to go. Like this affects a lot of people.
You're right.
Communicate, please, a little bit better.
Yeah, a little bit better. No, I could agree more. I once again, not that I know anything. I don't got no inside connections. I don't got nothing. But I really don't think he's going for boots on the ground. That's just my personal.
I don't think so either.
This is my personal opinion. I think they're Operation Furious Attack, whatever they're calling. I love how they give them the names, by the way. And I feel like that's a video game I played in the 80s. But I think
it's always like a G.I. Joe.
It does. Yeah. I think I really do think this will be over. I think it's a coordinated attack. I didn't feel like I needed to address it on Sunday because I told him I would address it in the podcast. But I sent you guys a video of a pastor who addressed it. I thought he did a good job. So I got your opinions. You guys said, well, he did a good job. So let's just show it to everybody and just let them know that God is still in control. It's okay. The world's not going to end. We're going to be fine. And if you're a believer and the world does end, you're still in good hands. We just wrapped it up a little sooner than we thought, all right? So watch this video.
I want to make a few brief comments about the conflict that we're in with Iran. Some have expressed to me reservations about the conflict. Some are skeptical of regime change wars. But my purpose this morning is not for us to get into all of that, because I do know this. The government of Iran has been an enemy of the United States and of Christians for my entire life. Since I was a little boy in the 1970s, that government has supported Islamic terrorists. They have persecuted Christians. They have taken American hostages. They've massacred their own people. They fomented wars and destabilized governments and killed American soldiers and civilians, and they've killed and jailed Christian pastors. Watching this my entire life has taught me that Islamic ideology is incompatible with Christianity, and it's incompatible with American values and ideas, and it's not surprising to me that we're constantly in conflict with them. And I am thankful today that evil men have been removed from power and that an evil government is coming to an end. But regardless of my personal opinion on Iran or Islam or this new episode of the conflict, at Family Church, we need to obey the Bible. And the Bible says that we should pray for our leaders. And we're going to do that this morning. In addition to that, I want to pray for the safety and the integrity of American troops who are in harm's way this morning near Iran and around the world. And finally, I want to pray for our Christian brothers and sisters who are in Iran and Israel and throughout the Middle East, that God will strengthen them and preserve them and give them what they need to be a powerful witness for the Lord Jesus Christ in difficult days. So I'd invite you to join me and let's pray together, Family Church. Lord, we come to you this morning seeking your power and your wisdom and your protection. We want to pray for President Trump and his administration, especially Vice President Vance, Secretary Hegseth, and our friends Secretary Rubio and Caroline, that they will make wise decisions on behalf of we the people. Help them to exercise American power so that the evil forces of radical Islam are pushed back and diminished and defeated. I pray that America's strength would bring swift victory and that peace would come quickly. I want to pray for the warriors who are serving on our behalf in that conflict and in other places around the world. Protect them, preserve them, let them serve with honor and integrity, and bring them home soon to their families and their loved ones. I want to pray for our brothers and sisters in Iran and Israel and throughout the Middle East who are constantly under surveillance and harassment and persecution. Protect them. Give them boldness. Cause them to be encouraged today so that they can be mighty witnesses to the truth of the Lord Jesus Christ. Remind these brothers and sisters of the love and support they have from Christians around the world. But now, God, as we open your word right here in this room, would you speak to us at Family Church and give us courage to receive it all? And we do receive your word by faith, and we receive it in Jesus' name. And all God's people say, amen.
Amen. All right, guys. I actually thought he did a really good job talking about it. I mean, we all did. I don't know what else to say. Like, I feel, you know why I feel like I shouldn't comment sometimes? I don't know anything. Yeah. Like, I don't know enough. I don't know enough to comment. You know what I appreciate though? Let's pray for the people who are being affected, from soldiers to the people who have to make the decisions, to the civilians that are there that are watching this stuff get bombed. That's who we should pray for. That's all I'm saying. And yes, we should pray for those in authority because they are making these decisions. I agree with that. Anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, no. Obviously, he feel like he needs to address it to his church.
Right.
I think he did a good job of it. I mean, some churches maybe didn't have to because people aren't concerned about that as much. So
okay. Mm-hmm. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, I wonder what the demographic of his church is. I mean, I just looked it up. It's a huge church in South Florida.
I called it. I said Florida. That's what I said.
Yeah, I counted 15 English-speaking campuses.
15.
And he had a handful of Spanish-speaking campuses.
So
I don't know. I don't know if there's I didn't get a chance to look at it.
They're Cubans or Puerto Ricans, that's for sure. Mexicans in Florida, boy.
But let's assume that was kind of it. Like he didn't kind of go off in his service with any more than that. I thought he did a really good job of addressing it. It was short to the point. Was it like 3.5 minutes or something?
Including the prayer?
Yeah. So I liked it.
Speaking of including the prayer, Deshaun, when the camera was off of us and we and you had a little dialogue, how do you feel about people who write their prayers down?
I think it's kind of weird, but I think that's my issue. I think it's okay.
Hold on, no, right here. Yeah. His exact words, I have an issue with it, but I feel like I shouldn't have an issue with it.
Yeah. I think it's totally fine. Yeah.
Can you do that? I can't do that.
Yeah, it's hard for me just to read anything. Even I'll have a script, like for baby dedication, I had a script because we're on,
time.
We had to be on time.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. I think it's a skill to be able to read things like that and actually deliver it.
Don't have the skill?
I just don't think I have the skill.
I don't have the skill either. I try.
Yeah.
The only time I have to is if I'm doing it in Spanish. I have to. Because I'm not good enough Spanish. I have to read it off. That's just it. I got to practice it and read it. That's it. Anyway, you're right. I have a problem, but I shouldn't have a problem with it. So it is me. It's definitely me. I got to get over. I think we need to get over it together. Do you have a problem? No, you read stuff. You don't got a problem at all.
I read it. Because I'm afraid I'm going to do. Because
Is it a white thing? Is it a white thing? I see. This is another white people action right here.
I read it when I do a wedding and a funeral.
You do.
For wedding night. Well, no, I'll still go off script a little bit.
I go off script. You guys have been with me during these weddings. I for sure go off script.
I'm concerned about my off script. Man, I'm gonna call them by the wrong name. You only get one shot. You only get one shot.
That's all I do in weddings.
Did you guys hear about the terrorism in Austin?
Briefly, yeah. It was at a bar or something like that.
So let me just read it to you.
It's on a busy street.
It is. Here's my hesitancy. The reports came out. They found an Iranian flag. All this stuff. Now it was a terrorist act, but was it in direct result from what we did in Iran? I just think we're too quick to report. We need a little bit more time to investigate. Let me read. Police in Austin have identified the suspect who allegedly opened fire in an outside bar in the City of Entertainment District early on March 1st, leaving at least 2 people dead and more than a dozen others injured. Gunfire broke out in Buford's Backyard Beer and Garden. Say that 4 times fast. That's just hard. A popular bar in the West 6th Street stretch of Austin, known as the heart of the city's music and nightlife area. And for its food trucks, according to local media reports, Austin Police Department Chief Lisa Davis said the suspect circled the bar several times in an SUV just before firing at people outside the bar with a pistol and then a rifle. Police responded to the shooting around 2 a.m. local time and fatally shot the suspect, Davis confirmed. The shooter was identified as,
a gentleman or...
It's a guy.
There you go, gentleman.
Indija Dejane. Ooh, I don't know how to say it. I might have to post that up over there because I don't know how to say that name. 53 years old. According to authorities, emergency medical personnel and at least 2 other people were found dead at the scene. 14 others were injured in this attack, 3 remaining in critical condition. Law enforcement and officials, including the FBI, reportedly investigated whether the shooting was linked to terrorism, motivated by the U.S. attacks on Iran. Here's what we know about the mass shooter. the suspect in mass shooter. A law enforcement officer told Reuters that Digne was a naturalized U.S. citizen from Senegal. Digne entered the United States March of 2000 on a B2 tourist visa. CNN and the Associated Press reported. Citing the Department of Homeland Security in June of 2006, he became a lawful permanent resident after marrying a U.S. citizen and was naturalized in 2013. Law enforcement officials said he had a history of mental health conditions, according to the internal update from the National Counterterrorism Center reviewed by Reuters. USA Today has reached out to the National Counterterrorism Office, the FBI, and the Austin Division for a comment. There's been no comment. So, what do you think? You think it was motivated? I'm not sure yet. That's why but everybody's trying to link it to that. Do you think that's just too quick to link? We got to let it unfold a little bit, let it play out, do a little bit more investigating? I know timing's everything, and it's kind of suspect.
Yeah, I mean, the timing is hard. The shirt he was wearing.
Yeah.
What shirt did he have on?
Property of what? Allah.
Yeah.
Oh, property of Allah.
Yeah.
Property of Allah. Nice shirt.
So I mean,
yeah. I guess this is a shirt you just.
So it's just hard. The timing makes it hard. So clearly he was a Muslim, and then with the other shirt on of the flag,
right?
Yeah, underneath
flag,
it,
yeah.
and so
he had two shirts on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like a coat. Yeah.
So it just makes it hard to say it's not. I mean, it's unfortunate, man. The videos are just crazy.
That's why I can't show anything.
Yeah, I mean, because I know Pastor sent it to us. I don't have Instagram. I didn't know they let you show stuff like that on Instagram. I was like, dang, that's brutal. That's sad. So I don't know.
Hypothetically, just a quick question: if it was an effort to push back against what America did, what do we do about his family?
Man.
What do you mean?
Well, what do you do about his wife and kids?
She's a citizen.
But were they compromised? Do you investigate them?
Well, yeah, you definitely investigate them. I mean, I think you would.
What if they're radicalized?
Well, I don't know the laws well enough. I mean, did they break a law?
I'm just asking you. What do you do?
Well, they have, what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
When you're
rights?
a citizen, yeah, they have rights. They're citizens. If you didn't break a law and you're just, radicalized, I think you just have to watch them.
Okay. Your eyes were telling me something different.
Oh no, I agree with them. This is tricky.
Oh! Hey, we haven't made it through a podcast yet in like the last 4 weeks. I was saying it's tricky.
Well, I think all of that. I mean, the first when I saw the bombing, all the comments I saw the video I was watching, everyone's saying, "Be prepared for stuff in America."
For sure.
They're here already. They're here already, and so I'm literally just hundreds of comments saying that. So I think people are aware of it. I think some people are, just commenting. I think some people maybe truly be afraid, depending on where you live. I think people in Texas right now live in that area. You're a little bit worried, as more and more Muslims have moved there. There's more and more mosques in Texas they've seen over the years that have increased greatly. So I think some people truly may be afraid, and some people, you live in that fear. You right away is like, no, let's get everyone out of here. But we constantly have to be careful of taking people's rights away, because it becomes this thing where you're next, or your rights get taken away next, and so it's hard. It's hard, especially when you're in fear. You make decisions out of fear that have a greater consequences than you hoped for.
And I think that it's important.
Good point.
I think it's important that when we talk about the immigration issue, oftentimes I think that the only group of people that get talked about are Mexicans.
So that's facts.
Mm-hmm.
Can we just agree that is so facts?
We don't even bring up people from El Salvador. We don't even bring up Hondurans.
We don't bring up anybody from Middle East.
But then you definitely don't bring up anybody who's coming from Asia, from Africa, from deeper South America. And I think that one of the things that needs to, and maybe we'll start to hear a little bit more, because those comments when people are saying, hey, they're already here. We were showing videos, what was it, about a year ago, where you were watching people from China coming in. Like there was video of people
we had friends who were actually there investigating it. Yeah.
And so when we talk about the border issue being a border issue and people wanting to say, you're just you bunch of bigots and da-da-da-da. No, it's a bigger security issue when you don't have a secured border. Now, this is not this doesn't sound like a case where this is
He literally came here legally.
He did.
Yeah, he came here, and hats off to you, right? But when we talk about how it's important to clean up those who aren't here legally now, this is one of the reasons.
You're not wrong.
That we want to make sure that those who are here because they want to be here and they want to do things that are the right way. So, I don't know. That when you were reading it, that's all I could think of is like, man, we have to secure the border.
I agree. Let's move along to our talking about the word. As most people don't know, if you do know, if you don't know, excuse me, you will now. But we go through a chapter a day in the Bible, and I'm actually going to tie this in because I do have a bigger question. Right now we're in Chronicles. Chronicles is hot and cold. I feel like Chronicles gets good, and then we got to go back to names and people who are in charge of worship
like
and temple.
36 verses, and 34 of them are names, and then like 2 good nuggets.
That's it. It gets hot and cold. I have an idea, though. I have a thought. We're watching David at the end of his reign, all the war. Now we're going to enter into a season of peace. Is it possible that after this whole Iran thing is over, we're going to enter into a season of peace? I'm saying yes. I think it is going to settle down. Marco Rubio was not lying about Iran being a hotspot and about Iran being an eyesore and about Iran being a place of breeding terrorism. He's not wrong about that. We've all known that. Now, do I think that's the goal? I actually do think that's the goal. I think Trump wants to be known as the president of peace. And sometimes in order to get peace, well, you got to make war or you got to do something like this. But that's just my speculation. Back to Chronicles. We're watching David enter into a time of peace. I'll start. Something that keeps standing out to me is in, I put this in my notes so I wouldn't forget. I put in 1 Chronicles 22 in the first 5 verses, and I believe it's 4 and 5 in particular. It says that my son Solomon is too young. He won't know how to reign. And David literally lines everything up. So from that moment on, you see that David is lining up everything from the temple being constructed to the temple being managed in day-to-day operations and to the temple having leaders to manage those day-to-day operations. Down now to the military that's going to protect the temple and the day-to-day operators. This is absolutely ingenious. David is setting his son up for success. And this is the whole reason I bring that up is this is what I feel like my job is. My job now is to set all of you guys up for success. I've come to the realization like, hey, I'm pretty close to finishing this last lap of ministry. I talked to Pastor Dino about that when he was on our podcast. I know I got a good run in me, but I don't got a good run like you guys got a good run. I mean, I've ran a lot of this race. And so now it's about taking care of you guys. It's about, what's the best investments, the best things we can do to make sure that you guys are set up, that you can, you can continue on what God has graced us with, and you can continue on with what God has commissioned us to do as Adventure Church. And so I see David. He's a leader's leader. David could sin. Like David really knew how to sin. Like my boy was good. But what I love about David is 2 things. He always loved the Lord more, and he always loved the people of God. And you can see that when the angel of the Lord is getting ready to wipe out the Jebusites, which was Jerusalem at the time, he said, Lord, put it on me. That has always impacted me. He said, they're just sheep of your fold. I'm the guilty one. Put it on me. And I thought, that's David. That's why God loved David. Listen to this now. Listen. Everybody's got God's favor. Everybody. Why? Because of the cross of Christ. You all got God's favor. The sinner who don't want nothing to do with God still got God's favor. Why? Because of the cross of Christ. It bleeds favor. But if you want to be God's favorite, you got to spend time with him. If you want to be God's favorite, you got to worship him. If you want to be God's favorite, you got to adore him. If you want to be God's favorite, you got to love him, and you've got to love people. That's how you become God's favorite. That's the secret sauce. That's David. There you go. There's my Chronicles. What y'all got? You're like, whatever he said, that's what I got. No, what you got? Go ahead, Mike.
Preach it, Pastor, preach it. I'd just choose one. How about I'll go 23 in the verse, so verses 26, and it says, now the Levites will no longer need to carry the tabernacle and its furnishings from place to place. And what stuck out to me about that was that in ministry, your title oftentimes will stay the same, but what is asked of you changes.
Okay.
And so there's seasons for everything. The season for the Levites having to pick up and move and constantly be set up, tear down was ending, but their title stayed the same. And so it just got me thinking as far as like the season that I'm in. I'm sure that it was difficult, set up, tear down. But if you get caught up in thinking of the negative, you'll miss the big picture. And then if you're also getting caught up in just how the glitz and glamour and how maybe easy things are going, then you may not see the storm that's coming, because in ministry everything always changes. So you can't get caught up in the title.
Okay, but can I ask you something? Maybe you can expound on it a little bit more. How do we not get caught up though? Give me something. Like, how do we not get caught up in that everyday setup, tear down that mundane? Like, give me the antidote here.
Well, I think the antidote is what you said about the heart of David was to, and the heart behind God is to love God's people. And if you're caught up in, and you're fixed on the title, like we're talking ministry, if you're fixed on the title that you wear in ministry and you're not fixed on people, you're going to get caught up. You're going to get caught up in whatever it is if it's going good, and you're going to get caught up in whatever it is if it's going bad. But if you're always fixed on people and you're always wanting to love people, that stays pretty much the same.
Do you want to piggyback off that? Because I know you did set up and tear down exactly what he's talking about for years. Do you got something for the people out there? How do you not get caught up and just thinking it's an everyday job? Like, how did you keep your passion and your zeal for it? And don't say it's because I came and started yelling. Don't put me on blast like that. Everybody getting Grandpa Anthony over there now, but we got Dad. He came in hot. Go ahead. I had to get that off my chest because you said it like 4 times. Yeah, you have. Yeah, both of you.
That was Mike analogy.
I said it one time and people thought it was so good that they're now saying
so it's
it.
not you anymore, it's them. They'll repeat it. Go ahead. What were we going to say? Set up here now. Go ahead.
No, so you're saying in the midst of it or the change? Like
no, in the midst of it. You know,
Yeah.
like say you're 3 years in and it's, what were they, 40 years in, 50 years? I mean, a long time. How do you not just treat it as a job but keep your heart right?
Oh, man. I don't know. I mean, you have to know God called you to it. Okay. That's you're where God wants you to be. Okay. Any of this, to tell you the truth, is like there's always stuff that's hard. There's stuff that's hard today. There's hard. Yesterday was, everything went really well. A lot of stuff was a disaster, but the results went really well. There's all kinds of issues yesterday. I'm not choosing this unless I feel like God called me here.
Okay.
Like I will gladly come and serve a service, sit in service, and go home.
Right, here we go. Question. Yeah. I got a legit question.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, if you could serve on just one team, and you were just like a regular volunteer,
where would you serve?
Where would you serve?
Wherever it's needed. I'll go in the kids'
You
classroom.
are not going in babies. Don't even lie right now. You ain't going in babies.
Oh, that'd be easy.
Yeah, you ain't changing no diapers.
Yeah, babies are easy. No, the older kids are a lot harder than babies.
Okay.
If I had it like
you
somewhere,
can choose.
I'll probably like to be an usher.
All right.
It's a hard job.
That's too hard for me.
It's a hard job.
What are you going for?
I'm gonna do like the volunteer check-in.
Hey, don't laugh. I'm a sweeter greeter, baby. I'm gonna hand out the food.
Yeah, I'm gonna hand out.
I'm gonna hand out the food. Everybody likes you.
I'm gonna do one service.
That's it. Yep. You know what? Hold on. Skip that. I'm gonna greet, then I'm gonna go sit, and then I'm dipping. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it 2 for 1.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's real. I'm glad we all got that.
Yeah, I just like people feel intimidated walking the service. I want to be that person to no, you're all right.
All right,
you're all
good,
right. I'm gonna find you a seat.
I
I feel accomplished at the end of the day. Like, Aaron walked in, they feel good.
He's holier than I am.
Yeah.
They hand out snacks.
I'm trying to find more where I can serve, sit, and dip out. See, you guys are all better than me. There you go. Now let's go. Okay, what'd you have in Chronicles? That was good. Thank you for expounding on that.
David, at the end of his life, it says like he realized he was like, I think, long in his days. I think how it says it. In him, just understanding, the time is coming. I was just finished reading this book called From Good to Great, and it's talking about leaders. And all these great companies, the thing about the great leader, it wasn't about them. It was about getting everyone else set up in the right spot. Like it wasn't built upon just them. Just like every company is built upon them. Like, no, I'm special. No, you guys all feed into how special I am. It was like that company always fails. He was like that person who was like, no, I'm going to set everyone else up. Like things go, that company lasts forever. And when I think about David, he knew, hey, this is what we're good at. This is why we're successful. It's because of worship. It's like, no, I'm going to set all this up. I'm going to make sure the temple's ready. Everything's going, because if we get worship right, this nation will never fail. Now, obviously, they mess it up. But he understood this is what makes us great. This is what got us to the place that where we are is because of worship. And that's what a great leader does. It's not about me, but I'm going to set you guys up. This is what we do great. And I'm going to make sure you guys are able to continue this after I die.
That's so good. That was good. I mean, that was really good.
Well, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
That seems like something that we would all agree on, and I think most people would agree. Why do you feel like that doesn't always happen?
Which part? Go ahead.
The succession. Is it people don't?
Part.
Is it people don't? People don't want to share their secrets. Is it there aren't people that they can hand it off to?
I'm gonna give you 3 things. One of them is not good. I'm gonna just be honest with you.
But you give me 2. That's good.
I feel like they're better than number 1. That's why I say that. Number 1 is I think a lot of pastors are holding on for financial security.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they plan right. I don't think they took care of their money. I don't think they manage their money right. And I think this is a job now, from a calling to a career, and it's just paying bills. Number 2, I don't think they knew how to disciple anybody to raise somebody up to pass the baton to. I don't think it was in their DNA. I don't think it was just who they were. So now there's stuff holding the bag. Number 3, I think denominations who were in charge of these pastors didn't put the pressure on them to raise up a successor. They always thought they would have another person out of Bible college to fill the shoes. And what they realize is they're no longer producing pastors out of Bible colleges. So we have a vacuum. We have a void from all 3 of those things. And so there's your answer. I mean, that's the 3 that I know of. That's the 3 that I would stand behind. But that's what I think's going on.
What do you think about in business? In business, why are we seeing? I mean, because I think The Good or Great is a secular book, right?
It is.
So in business, why do you think the people don't do that?
Why do they fail? Or they probably have the same 3 problems.
Do you think that people will come in when they feel like they have a better vision for the company?
Well, I think the owner who started the company may not want a youngster to come in with a better vision.
It's hard not to be the man. If everyone's answering to you, what are you gonna do? Go home and do what?
I got a list of things I'd like to do.
But I'm saying like how,
that out there.
But people don't want to give that up. Like I want people to come after me, and that's why it becomes bigger than money. It's like no, I want to be the one in charge. I don't want to walk in and everyone's either afraid or happy. Like I want that feeling.
Can I be honest with you about something though? I think a lot has to do with how you're built. I mean, you guys know me already. What do you think I'd be doing if you guys wanted to preach every weekend? What do you really think I'd be doing?
Preaching somewhere else.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, to me, this is so foreign. To me, it's so foreign. I can't get you guys to preach more. Like nobody wants to preach. It's like no, Anthony will do it. It's like no, you guys are great. I mean, listen to what you guys are saying now. Everybody loves hearing you. It's great. But I mean, I guess I don't know. Maybe this is just an Anthony thing. I've never found my identity in it. Like, I mean, I'm just as happy building a car detailing business. I mean, I'm the only guy I know who started a church and a lawn mowing business at the same time. Like, and I was happy with both. There were some days I was just happier mowing lawns and weed eating, than I was pastoring because it was just easier. I could mow a lawn and move on, right? I don't get it. Yeah.
Do you feel like there was a shift at some point when you've been doing ministry where it became easier for you to kind of hand it off to other people?
Okay, now there's a difference there. As far as me finding my identity and me being a pastor and called to preach and do all this stuff, never had an identity crisis. As far as me wanting, if I'm in charge, as far as I want things to run really well, oh yeah, I'm a control freak. There's no doubt about it. I think that's just my personality. I like things a certain way. I like it to look a certain way. I mean, you think about this. Think about the radical transformation all of our buildings have always went through. Who's led the charge in that? Me.
Yeah. Mm.
It's just what I see. It's what I want. It's the excellence. Now, you guys, I've trained you guys. You got that same eye. You're like, hey, we can't do that. It's got to look this way. That's just me. So as far as if I'm in charge, it's going to run a certain way. I need it to look a certain way. Absolutely, I'm a control freak, and I try to give that away. I try to raise up people, but they got to have at least 80% of my standard. And then I can work with the other 20%. But if they don't have 80% of my standard, it's not going to work because I'll literally nitpick you to death. But if you have 80%, then we're going to work on the other 20%. We're going to get it right. That's how I've been able to do it. But as far as preacher, I've never found my identity in it. I always check with the Lord, is this still what you want me to do? Or do you got somebody else? Here's why. Was it Gad the seer? Because I know it wasn't Nathan. I think it was Gad the seer went to David. He said, David, this is what the Lord says to you. I chose you. You were a shepherd tending your father's sheep, and I plucked you out and I made you a king. And what I always hear in that is God saying, I determine who sits in what seat. I determine who's the king over Israel. I pick them. Don't ever think your skills got you here. I did. I got you here. Now your skills will be able to keep you here, but I got you here. And that's how I feel. I'm only here at the mercy and grace of God. Surely I've done enough to screw everything up, but I'm here because of the mercy and grace of God. I'm here because he wills it.
I 100% agree with that. And that's why you said something earlier I don't fully agree with.
Yeah.
But the reason is, it's like you're talking about like the favorite, like you can go be God's favorite. Mm-hmm. Like David, I don't know if that's true. I understand what you're saying. That's why I'm not arguing it. Yeah. Like I say, I disagree, but I understand what you're saying. Mm-hmm. But I think God does. There's certain. Not everyone can get the favor David got.
No, for sure.
God chose David, and he didn't care how anyone else thought. Mm-hmm. Like he didn't care if like, hey, you chose him, and what about me? It's like, well, I ain't choosing you. David's in that spot. For sure. You got what you got.
Yeah.
And I think that sometimes we don't like that, or it sounds kind of. You're not supposed to have a favorite kid. Like, all those, it feels like, man, God is choosing. But I truly think that's what he does.
Yeah. Let me explain what I mean by being God's favorite. Have you ever met a person? I always think of like Grandma Darlene. I had a close high school friend, the Sales family. And Grandma Darlene was his grandma. And she just had the favor of God all over her. She was God's favorite. And what I mean by that is this woman had a heart of gold. She lived in prayer. She fasted all the time. She was a worshiper. She was a widowed woman who picked up kids for a sidewalk Sunday school puppet show. Every week, she'd pack out her car. I know for sure she's in the front of the line of heaven. People think I'm going to be in the front of the line. I'm probably going to be in the back. By the way, I don't care as long as I get in. You can put me anywhere in the line. As long as I get in, I'm happy. But that woman's going to be in the front for the least of these. She never complained. And she picked up some of the roughest hood kids I've ever seen. Grandma Darlene out there, 70 years old, still driving a car, picking up kids, doing puppet shows. Nah, man, prayers were getting answered left and right for her. I mean, she was just God. That's what I mean by the favor. Mm-hmm. Like, if you're doing what God is asking you to do.
For sure, yeah.
But I do agree with you. The sovereignty, 100%. You can't be David. But I'm saying you could look at the life of David and some of the things he did.
Yeah.
That brought God's favor on it. That's all I'm saying.
100% agree. And that's why I didn't want to say anything. No, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
but no, we need to clarify for the people because they're going to be saying, well, if I just get up early like Anthony, I'd be God's favorite. Well, you got to do a little bit more than that.
Yeah, because I see my wife, I'm like, man, like some stuff, I'm like, man, God just blesses you. Like, and I don't have it. I always thought that from the beginning. I was like,
his wife, we get on a plane. This guy always tells me, I know the plane's not going down. Well, how you know the plane's not going down? Well, because your wife's on the plane with you. Really? What about me?
But I've been rethinking that. I was like, God might just want like, you know what? I'm going to take you home. I want you to come on to heaven with me. Like an Enoch. I was like.
So, I know she watches it every Tuesday.
No, but she's so good. God might like, you know, you come on home. Fighting with you guys, like I might do some more work on you. we gotta work it out.
Plane just kept going. We
gotta work some things out. Pastor Manny, you done? Come on up.
The counterbalance. He's like, you know what? Since Anthony's on the plane, we gonna have to let it land because we got to work out some stuff with him. Oh my gosh, man, I can't win with you, bro. So that's it right there. That's it. I've been rethinking it. All right, but I just think it is, something that happens. You look at Paul, you look at Paul's life, you look at Timothy's life, you look at Peter's life, you look at some of the 12 apostles. They didn't live half as long as Paul. They gone from the jump. James gone from the jump, right? I just think, there's something to that.
I think it's the mix.
It is a mix.
It's the mix of being chosen and also saying yes.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I want to talk about, let's roll that right into yesterday's sermon. Was there any one thing that stood out to you? Because there's something I want to talk about, but it doesn't always got to be about what I want to talk about. But was there something that stood out to you, that clarification or just something that you thought I hammered home, or that you wanted to land a plane on?
Just the idea of your walk with Christ is going to cost you something, and whether or not you're willing to pay it. And then the flip side of that being the enemy knows the cost that you'll pay, and he's perfectly fine giving you everything that you
So
want.
many people commented on that. Why do you think they commented on that?
Because I think it's
I don't
so
feel like
true.
I said anything novel.
No, but it's just true. It's just true. Because I think so many of us have paid that price thinking that we were going to get a different outcome only to come up short. And I think it's very relatable. But I think people, if you're really taking a sense of yourself, being like, yeah, like I could see that. I could see selling out. I could see doing these different things, searching for love in all the wrong places, thinking I was going to find what I was truly looking for, only to be left holding the bag. And so I think when you said that, there's this idea of like, yeah, I've been there, but now I'm living this new life in Christ, seeing that I have a cost. I have a choice to pay for walking out my faith. And I'm either going to pay for it by losing a friend, or I'm going to pay for it by maybe not taking this job promotion. I'm going to pay for it by changing the way that we parent in our house. I'm going to pay for it, but I also know what I paid before. And so it's that balance of, am I willing to pay now, or am I knowing that things will change, or am I going to go back to the old way I was living?
Wow, that's good. You want to piggyback off that?
Yeah, I think of it even as a way, it's not a salvation issue. At a time to where you choose, don't want to pay this cost.
Yeah.
God knows many decisions in my life like that as well. I remember getting offered a full-time job, been working part-time jobs, many part-time jobs at once, just to try to scrape by, and I'm offered a full-time job. I have to work every Sunday. There's no, you have to. It's not a salvation issue. I can go to church on a Sunday night. There was churches I went to, but I couldn't be involved in church like I was before. So it's like, what do I choose? I want to work. I want to provide for myself. I want to have health insurance. All these things, and I still can go to church and be involved in the community, which I wanted. But I can't be involved in this church in that way anymore. And so that decision, do I want to? There's no one else to come pay my bills. I still have to work. I still have to work these multiple part-time jobs, but it's a choice I have to make for myself. And there's times like that for all believers. I think you're going to come to, am I willing to pay that cost? And it's not a salvation issue. It's a matter of, do I want my life to make even bigger difference? Do I want God to even do more with me in my yes? And that's the sense we all have to make, I think, at some point in our Christian walk.
And I was thinking about it this morning. You know, we talk about the importance of being in community so much. And one of the reasons is because sometimes when you're at the, fork in the road, or whatever that phrase is, and you're having to really sift through, am I willing to pay this cost? You need somebody to help you out. Like, or you need like, man, hey D, like, this is what it's going to cost. Like, I don't know if I want to pay it. I don't know if I want to do this. I don't think I can. Sometimes it's even that, like, I want to do it, but I don't think I can. And just having somebody who's next to you being like, man, you could do it. You could do it. It's worth it. And look what's going to happen if you just keep going. And so being in community, you have people who are like, pay it. And when you don't have that good community, you're like, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it.
I so good, both of you. That was excellent. And I keep hearing, it's who you surround yourself with. And I think people, if they're new to our podcast and they don't really know us, they think, like our opening where we were joking around, it's a white people thing and all that, and we're joking around about almonds. They just don't know us. Like, this is who we are. We live in a very tight community. Everybody's cool with each other. We don't get on each other's nerves. If anything, we don't spend enough time with each other because we're just busy with our own families and everything going on. But when we get together, it's hard to break away because we just enjoy each other. And I don't know if people really understand that. Like, I hopefully people don't think it's fake. Like, they really don't know. We have a lot of inside jokes. We do a lot of life together. We've been through a lot of battles, and we've been battle tested. And that's the community we have. So we are egging each other on. I've been probably a part of almost every major decision of your guys' life. And so what people don't see off the camera is we really laugh a lot. We laugh more than we fight, for sure. We laugh more than we get mad. We just laugh a lot, and probably jokes they wouldn't even get. And we pick on each other relentlessly in that when it comes to that. And I hope people understand that. That's part of having a good community. Like, we just live this life together. And here's a key aspect, though. We have always unequivocally wanted the best for each other in Jesus' name. That's it. When you guys said, hey, we want to go to Honduras, whatever we got to do to make it happen. We've never once shot anything down, even with my crazy ideas. Hey, if that's what Jesus was saying, that we're going to back you up, let's go. And we have. We've laughed together. We've cried together. We've battled together. We've done all this together. It's been community. This is what we have. This is who we are. And when I'm thinking about that yesterday, you know, I was thinking about the list, calling out the demonic and stuff. It's like, yeah, your friend probably told you to go to a witch instead of going to the Holy Spirit. Get rid of that friend. Mm-hmm. You know, if you think about that list, your friends are the ones encouraging, or you're the friend that's encouraging. But really, this is all avoidable. I think about that young lady who was demon-possessed, I don't say this in a crass way, but I just say it in a factual way. She was being pimped twice, pimped by the devil and then pimped by the actual perpetrator. But nobody cared about her. And so Paul one day, and the Bible even says he was annoyed, freed her. But nobody cared that she was bound. I care that people are bound. You care that people are bound. The one thing that we all have in common, you know, outside we love God, is we love people. And we do not want to see them bound anymore. We don't want to see them used by the devil. We want people free. And even in the close, everybody was piggybacking off that. Do not let the devil get you. Do not let your thoughts get you. Repent of those things today and serve God. Go all in on Jesus. So here's how we're going to close. If there's someone out there right now debating, is it worth it? And it could be salvation or it could be ministry. If you want, you can take ministry and then you can take salvation. How would you encourage them? Go ahead right now.
If you are debating on whether to get into ministry, I would say just take it. Sometimes we want to know 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road. We want to know, what's this really going to cost me? And I don't think you ever fully know what it's going to cost you. If you're wanting all those answers, you're probably not going to get them. But I will say this, my worst day in ministry, and there's been some bad ones. You know, it was always better than my best day living on my own without the Lord. Mm-hmm. And I have felt so blessed being in ministry, being able to be a part of people's lives, being able to be a part of your guys' lives, being able to be a part of the bigger picture.
Yes.
It's so much more fulfilling when you are part of a team rather than just doing life on your own. Yeah. And so for that person, it's like, I don't know if I want to, you know, start being an usher. I don't know if I want to start being a pastor. I will say this, just take one step today.
That's it.
Just do it. Just take it. If you need a faith step, may this be it right now. Call your pastor, call your overseer, whoever it may be, and say, hey, I'm willing to hear you out.
Yep.
How about that? Maybe that's your first step, or maybe the first step is actually just saying yes. Do it. See what happens.
Love it. Go ahead, D. Take it away.
Yeah, one thing is funny. Jeremy called me out, and then he called me out, but we're at our Bible study on Tuesdays, and people have this perception of me that, you know, I'm just cutthroat, like hard, and like it's this or that. And then I'm trying to do my best not to portray that, because that's not who I am whatsoever. I'm so soft in that way. Like, I care for people so much. And I mean, literally, someone I was talking to, and they're like, "Man, I still struggle with smoking weed," and it's like, "Oh, it's okay. Like, God loves you. Like, we can work through that."
We can.
And it's like, it's not just like, "Nope, you're going to hell. Stop calling yourself a Christian." Like, it just really worked. And so even like with Jelly Roll, I know, like, because that had came up, and it was like, well, if I was with him one-on-one, the stuff I'm saying, it's not my heart. The issue is something bigger, but it's not my heart. Like, I want him to come to know Christ. Yeah. I want him to work through those things. And it's okay if he doesn't have all those things figured out yet. Right. And I want everyone to know that just because you don't have everything figured out, God still loves you. It's not based upon you. Salvation is not based upon you in the first place. Now, when you allow God in, some changes are going to happen in your life. There's to be some things that God convicts you of, and those changes are going to come. But don't expect it to happen all at once. So don't be afraid to say yes to Jesus, because you feel like, how am I going to do this? Don't worry about it. Say yes to him and come be a part of a community. Go find people who want the best for you and that you can trust. Because once you have someone that you want the best for you, you can talk about your finances. People aren't mad about you. You're not jealous of one another. They want to see you get more money. They're going to cheer for you when you get more. They're going to cheer for you when your kids come back. They're going to cheer for you when you've been sober for a week. All those people who are going to care for you. It's okay to work through those things. Some things going to happen right away. Some things you're going to have to work through. So, but don't let that fear of like, are they going to accept me? Are they going to love me? Can I actually do this? It's not based upon you in the first place. Just say yes to Jesus and join the community.
I don't know what else to say. You guys nailed that. That was absolutely incredible. I would just say to those who are afar, who've been going to church, who've been sitting down, not active in community, what are you waiting on? I mean, what I like to see reciprocated, what I like to see done is people get the same type of community I've been blessed with for the last 15 years. If y'all didn't know it, Adventure Church is celebrating its quinceañera. This is 15 years we've been doing ministry, all of us together. We're still together. We're still friends. We're godparents to each other's kids. We do life together. We try to model what we expect other people to do. And I'm telling you right now, there's been no regrets. None at all. I would do it all over again. I would do some things a little bit different, though, just for the record. I mean, last 5 years, I think I could say that. But I would say this. I wouldn't choose anybody else other than these men of God right here to do life with. Go find you some men of God to do life with or women of God, and trust me, your life will be better for it. It's been Not a Funny Podcast. Peace, and we're out.